They're almost the same colors, but the coloration on the head is bluish. Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. It's gonna be a little bit different. I have Grega today with me again. Hello.
Hello everyone. Hello.
And today we're gonna be talking about sexual dimorphism, so the sexual differences between sexes in tarantulas. There is a huge difference, and today you're gonna be a student, Grega, and today I'm gonna be a teacher and quickly show you the differences between males and females. First of all, if we take a look at the picture, females are genuinely bigger, at least twice the size. When they are in old worlds, they are 3 times the size as the male. Second of all, males are leggy and have pedipalps, so that's the main difference. But then there are some differences between the species, between the species on its own. So if we take a look at this picture, this is a female, I think Aponoperma crocodis. Aponoperma, yeah, it's a Aponoperma, it doesn't matter. It's a bad picture, but you can see the male is completely different color to the female, and it doesn't look the same, but again, with spermatheca sexing, you can tell this is the same species. Because I know a lot of people that are in the hobby, and when the males get mature and they grow out bigger and different when they're in their final molts, they can look completely different than the species usually looks. But I'm gonna show you some examples in this video what the differences in between the most common species that have the differences are. So first of all, there are some species that can be half and half. I don't know what the main thing is, but it is a genetic component. As it can be in humans, the possibilities are very small, but there are a species that I used to have that I don't have anymore. Oh yes, this one.
So this is actually legit. It's
Yes,
half and half.
it's legit, yes. So I don't know if I'm gonna find a picture, but I used to have a female and I used to have an egg-sac of this species. So it's a Fromigochilus arboricola. It doesn't matter what the species is, but when male matures, he looks like this. You can't see the picture well, so I'm gonna try to find another one.
It's a blonde, goldish brown.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it at all. It looks completely different. I'm gonna try to zoom in more a little bit. So it looks completely different. It looks super weird, but the thing is with this species as well, so this is the special stuff as well, when they get to bigger sizes, so the slinks are I think black, and when the males mature and get to that final stages, they turn brown. So you can tell this spider even before it's adult. So that's an interesting thing. And yes, I did used to have this species.
But yeah, it's very interesting that there's such a difference in that there can be a difference in color between the male and female. Is there like a specific reason why?
Yes, so I don't know the scientific facts behind it, because I'm not a tarantula expert, and I mentioned to you this, like, to the viewers before. So yeah, this is half female, half male. I don't know how that works, but the Fromigochilus arboricola species we just searched for is also that type. So the half which is brown is male, and the half which is black is female. So it's weird. But yes, I think there is a scientific thing that if we look at the species I used to also have, and we're gonna look into the videos in a second of the species I'm talking to you about. This is a Vietnamese blue spider. very nice. It doesn't have this like deep blue colors like this, but it is like a brownish blackish spider with blue tints coloration. I think you saw it in the previous video. I uploaded her, which I think I have a female. She's called Maurika because the niece named her, and I had her for a bunch of years. So and I used to breed them, and I think the second exec I had was of this Chilobrachys Vietnam blue, or this chorus, and the male looks like this. If you saw this male, it doesn't look at all what this spider usually looks like. Of course, it's smaller and it's lanky, and it's like it looks completely different, and you know it's a male. But yes, this species has a main difference, and the males look really weird. So I'm gonna run up the old YouTube, and we're gonna watch the videos of me pairing them from 2020. Yes, viewers, I used to upload videos way back in the past. I started, I think, in 2020, and this was my third video. So I don't. Oh god, this camera footage is just lovely. No, it doesn't get better. Okay, so yes, you can see the female where my mouse is, and this is the male, and it is a same species. So yes, the differences are crazy. And yes, my opinion is that the differences are relevant when we're gonna look into different species as well later, that the males, when the tarantula lays an egg, there are a higher percentage rates of males than females, and maybe the males look more brighter colored because so the females don't get eaten and the males get eaten.
Oh, interesting.
I think, I don't know, I'd never talked to a tarantula researcher before, and so I don't quote me, it's 100% sure, but usually males of some species look brighter and are more like flashy colors than the females. And maybe that's because when a bird sees a spider in the nature, it's more attractive to the white colors and more like colory stuff, but birds don't see colors, so I'm not 100% sure. Do you maybe know if birds see colors?
Not sure, but I think that we should consult our Google AI friend. Just write in Google and Gemini will tell you. I know it's not always 100% sure, but here we go. Yes,
Yeah.
birds see color, and their vision is vastly superior to humans.
So yes,
Okay.
they will see red, blue, and ultraviolet. So maybe the theory is actually correct, and they do spot, like you can see the pairing video, but that's not the point of this video. The point is that the male looks completely different than the female, and it's way obvious that even if it's the same species, they look like really weird. So next up is another species that is completely different from male to female, and is Pomphobetos species. Hopefully one day Matisse will let me film his collection, and you will see a bunch of Pomphobetoses that I don't have, because I do have like 3 species of Pomphobetos, and he has I think 10. So one day hopefully we will film that at his old home. So yes, this is the differences. You can see the males are ultraviolet colors, and the females look like this.
Interesting. So it's different than the previous one, where the
Yeah.
female was more colorful.
Yes, but like
Maybe.
Pomphobetos species, it is like known that the females are duller colors and the males are just like extra. You can see here, this is another good example, but come on, bro, Come on. Okay, if we maybe look at the post, yeah, we can see the post on Instagram and it's better. So yes, this is the male, this is the female, and this is the male. And you can see, yes, the males are super vibrant and super active and super like that. They're completely different than the female. Of course, from the spermatheca and the head pattern, you can say, yeah, it's the same species. But if you spot this in nature, you're not going to say, oh, it's the same spider. So, you know, maybe there's a thing in that. But also, what I wanted to say was that, yeah, maybe the colors that they are more attractive to the prey, so the prey hunts them and not the females. But you know, tarantulas are like 12 animals. They do survive in like webbings and caves and stuff like that, in like little holes. So I don't know if the females are actually out and hunting for that long time, so the bird can get them, but who knows. So it's just a theory, a game theory.
A game
But-
theory. Editor.
Editor, insert the stuff. So yes, it's just a theory, but maybe there's something on it. So the next stuff we're gonna look at,
We can check again with our friend Google AI Gemini why the male and female tarantulas are different colors.
okay, so yeah, sexual dimorphism, yes, but mating strategy, the problem in that, and I didn't mention it before, is yes, males are different colors than the females, but the problem is that I don't think spiders can sense the colors at all.
They don't, but you can see mature males typically develop duller and significantly lamer colors to quickly locate females, where females retain brighter, cryptic, or darker, more robust for camouflage protection and long-term survival, just like you said.
Yeah, but Pomphobeto species is different again. So the actual stuff is that we are not 100% sure, at least I am not. Maybe when I'll have, I don't know, a contact with a tarantula researcher, we can examine that topic, because I don't think tarantula dimorphism is really explored on YouTube that much, and I think that's why I went into this content, because I think it's really interesting, and I hope you viewers like it as well. But next topic is another video from my channel, and we have to find it, so just a second. Ducati, oh fuck, wiem się wideo są.
No worries.
So this is another video. Oh god, it's poor quality as well. Oh god, I'm talking, don't listen to that. We're just gonna skip. And again, Barfuri, you know, I talked about Moloscentrophus barfuri. It's a communal species, but the males are again a little bit different. They're almost the same colors, but the coloration on the head is bluish. It's more like females are more whitish. When she comes out, you will be able to see her. But here is the first glimpse when she gets out. I don't know how this is terribly filmed. Who filmed this? Terribly filmed. But yeah, the females are like big, much bigger than the males are. So there's one thing, and to show you how much bigger they are, I have another video prepared for you, and it is this, and you're gonna say, oh, it's AI. It's not.
And then welcome back. It's here with
It's
the
not AI. This is I'm gonna link the owner of this video down below. But yeah, this is Also, another topic I talked about before, if you power feed your males, this can happen, and it's not the best thing. That's why I think slowly feeding your males to the point when they can grow up, like, of course they're gonna be like a third of the size of the female, but he's not a third of the size of a female. He's like a little coin compared to her. And you know, if we go back, it's not the best footage, but like, look at this. You see this? This is the female and this is the male. You think he's gonna succeed?
I mean, he did say that later in the video that in the dark they co-inhabited the terrarium and probably successfully made it.
Yeah, but again, if the female is hungry, she's just gonna eat him. Of course, the male like shares the pheromones and everything, so the female won't eat him. Okay, so yeah, the size difference is just crazy, and yeah, this is the main like feature. And when you say old world African spiders, the females are not as big as like some brachypelmas that we usually see, but the size difference between male and female, like brachypelmas can be like half of the size of a female, and it's gonna be no problem. But this is not half of the size. He's very, very small, and I think the success rate from getting such a small male, it's not as high as it should be. So
How old is the male in this video? Probably by your quick observation.
year and a half too, max.
Uh-huh.
The female is at least 5, I think. Yes, the females can live. I think the old world females. This is like Eugacephalus. It's not the commonest spider, and I don't have it, but they usually live up to 12 years. But the male, it can't be older than 2 years, 3 years. And yeah, again, with old worlds, you mentioned, I mentioned previously, but the males live super short. After they mature, they live up to like half a year, and that's it. Because they need to like make their life journey, and they need to spread their genes forward. So, and usually they live much shorter than the females. So the timing here must be perfect for you to catch the male and females are ready for stuff like this. So yeah, that's one stuff. What I wanted to talk to you about more is again, we're gonna look at a different video and look at the difference again. Okay, so Harpactira namequensis male. I have this species actually. So yes, this is the female's lair. Usually what happens in the wild, male finds a female and they breed. So yes, she's not aggressive, but in this video it's also mentioned. I'm gonna leave this video in the comments down below from Dave's Beasties. He also mentions the stuff I mentioned in the previous video. Spiders' organs, at least in males' cases, are specifically designed for this species. So the crossbreeding is not really possible. You know what I mean? Hybridization is not possible because, yeah, in this video he mentions that crossbreeding is not possible because his organs are only meant for the female of this genus. So that's an interesting topic I didn't mention previously in the last video, but it is worth mentioning here as well. So yes, you can see the clear difference. The male is much smaller and the female is much bigger. But yeah, this is again African species, and this is the size difference that it should exist, not like in the previous video we saw where the male was really like a coin size compared to the female. This is like usually when I pair the old worlds, he is like a third of the size of the female, but it can still work out, and he's doing amazing job as we can see in the video. Okay, so more on the topic of uh, colors in tarantulas. I think you saw this spider that I also have. It's a Vietnam blue, electric blue. Can you guess what the male looks like?
The male probably is dull brown. I'm not sure. But I'm guessing the male is probably not that colorful, or maybe. Blue male.
Male
Oh,
looks
that's
like
cool.
this. It looks
Yeah, that's
almost the same as, yeah, but like it's super weird because it has this white bands where the female has the purple stuff. So it looks super weird, but
yeah, but that's really interesting to see.
yeah, it's super interesting, and I think the dimorphism and the differences between the colors of the males and females are super nice to see. And like we have another species, what is it? So some of the males even has a little bit of green color. This is Cereopagapus lividus. Can I find a better picture? No. Okay, so this is the female, what female looks like. And the male again looks like this. But it does have some blue colors. So, it's genetic things that are really interesting in tarantulas. Like I know like this as well. Like it has some blue colors, but it does look different. Yes, of course, we have sexual dimorphism in other animals as well, but I think tarantula dimorphism and color differences are really insane sometimes. Not as permanent and as visibly viable in like New World species, but definitely in Old Worlds you can sense that the males look completely different than the females usually look. So yeah, that's I think pretty much it what I wanted to talk a bit to you about in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You learned something new, Greta, today.
Yeah, that's interesting. I did not know that the males and females can be such different colors. But yeah, as Google said, or as we searched, it did say that it mostly depends on survival and, of course, for the mating.
Yeah, again, a video with female and male that look completely different. So yes, there are some. Oh, hopefully this doesn't go wrong. I don't want to show you that in the video, but yeah, this is funny. But yeah, she clearly like wants him to do the stuff, and then what you see her back legs doing actually is clearing the sperm off her spermatheca. That way they usually do when they're successfully bred, but it's not 100% sure. So yeah, but it's gonna be it for this week's video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's something new, and hopefully I will explore more of this new and unexplored topics in the future videos as well. But again, it's up to you if you like it, and hopefully I'm gonna do this more often in the future as well. So thank you, Gregor, for joining me in this video again.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully you guys enjoy this week's video. Subscribe down below, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye bye.
Bye.